Welcome to the exclusive interview of TMB News. Today we have the Chief of Meitei Leepun, Pramod Singh. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Singh, the willful or malicious burning of houses from Bota communities, what are the immediate steps that can be taken up to bring peace in Manipur?
If people are that desperate for peace now, then I would suggest that the security should be deployed at the places where the fight is going on, at the places where fight may break out. Those areas should be identified and security should be deployed and strictly maintain law and order situation here now. That we can do that only when we have a will. Well, that so far we don't see from the government side, what center and state. So if there has to be peace, it should be the only way. But we should keep it in mind that when the security forces are deployed, it should not give this wrong signal that they are drawing a demarcation between the two communities. Because that will only create and fuel the fight more, no? So they should be there just to control the two sides, not as to demarcate line between them. Yeah.
Regardless of the deployment of the paramilitary troops and army, why the government of India, including the state government, citizen of the state, facing this problem that they're telling that they have completely failed. The security forces have failed to protect them, to protect their properties, their houses. Why is that?
No, I don't see it as fail, because I see it as absence of a channel through which people can understand what the government is planning and doing. Maybe there is no channel through which people can be made aware of what they are ignorant about what is happening on the government side. That may only be the reason which created that kind of mistrust. But I don't think the government, what is government? Government is just representation of us. So they must be doing their job. It's only that there is a lack of communication between the government and people. So we don't know what is happening there. People are totally dark. Yes.
What can you say about the need of the hour, the responsibility of each citizen of this state as I said earlier, that in bringing peace? And what is your stand, the stand of Meitei Leepun?
There are two things which I am interested to tell. To maintain normalcy is a must now, because Meiteis, who are we? We are the sons of the generation who have defended this land and safeguarded so that they could give that to us. No? So now it has become our sole duty that to preserve the land given by our forefathers to be given to our future. No? So for us, this is something inseparable, no? The land. Now, coming back to this normalcy, we cannot say this riot, what happened on May 3rd, it was just pre-designed and pre-planned by cookies to create a riot so that they can carry and traffic drug is in the name of relief material, no? Distribution of relief materials, in the name of evacuation of victims, riot victims. Those people, the displaced Kuki people who were sheltered by those Kukis who are already in Manipur, the permanent residents of Manipur who were brought by British, these people had been sheltering so many Kukis, these displaced Kukis, they were hiding in many places. Because we happen to know this, because we knew what kind of people are in Langol, no? But those who had been evacuated during the riot and aftermath of the riot, 2-3 days, the lots of people, being evacuated from this Langol area, just one side, just small side, no? Example. are not the same kind of cookies those who see every day. They are those we see in the newspaper, no, in the magazine, in the TV, crawling over this Indo-Myanmar and Indo-Burma borders, no, looking for a homeland. Yeah, so they were internally migrated now in different places. That will create more problem now. Also, those illegal encroachers among the Kuki illegal immigrants, now government was trying to evict them out legally, but they created this arrive so that eviction process has been stopped. To stop NRC, to stop eviction, to be able to traffic drug, this what you call the riot was pre-designed. No,
Okay.
it was staged, and they have taken it for granted that Meiteis are so tolerant that they will not react this way. No, but Meitei reacted very strong. But those reactions are only from some villages who were affected and some mob. Meiteis are yet to respond to this cookie front. We are only discussing what kind of response we should give. Okay, it is not yet decided in a diverse society like Meiteis. And coming back to your normalcy, so what I was trying to say, our forefathers were safeguarding this land. So war was part of their life. At our time, we are fighting these illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants we are fighting today, like they were fighting ours and British. No. So this is part of our life, part of our destinies. So this thing will continue as long as Meiteis are. So we cannot shy away from it. No, we must accept it and live with it, like with the way we live with Corona today. No, so there should be they should be preserved. So normalcy should be maintained, and the war also should continue. So our people should remain to protect the Meitei villages from attack from Kuki militants, and the markets should be open. Students should go to schools, and farmers should go to the field. Shopkeepers should open their shop. The business should run. No, this cookie issue cannot affect our normal life. So that society should live. So the fight is at the periphery where people are fighting. People still don't accept it as a war. So many people are still going there, making all kinds of noise and watching as if some festival is going on. This is war. And people are fighting there. And by the time the sun sets, they all will go back. This is what is happening, no? And what we are fighting on the street, we don't know. It seems like we are fighting among ourselves. This is time the society should be made, alive, so that, because we cannot go backward. No, Meiteis had been so much backward now, so we cannot go any backward. The society should live, our markets should live, our business should run. At the same time, we should fight back these cookies.
Day before yesterday, one organization from Mizoram, it's called Mizo Jalalpol, MJP. There is a statement issued by them which directly threatens the Meitei community in Mizoram. What are your views?
Mizoram, it's like this. They are not supporting the cause, which we misunderstood as Mizoram is supporting the cause. No, they are not supporting the cause. Let me tell you why. They don't like cookies. They don't like cookies, sheltering cookies, and those who are sheltered keep bringing more and more displaced people, these cookies from Myanmar and Mizoram side, Bangladesh side, no? So they don't want that to happen and have a demographic domination over Mizoram. Secondly, Mizoram just recovered from long years of this militancy, and law and order situation. So now they are trying to stand on their feet. They are trying very hard. This is a time cookies are trying to enter, in a big number now, which Mizoram is scared of. So they stop the people. But these people, the displaced people and these Mijos, they have this, some large percentage of their language are same. They have the same food habit. They have the same culture. So they are kins. So if this cookie will say, you already got a home, but when we try to find a homeland, you are not even supporting us. They will attack. So they are saying, bring your land and join Mizoram. But they know there will be no land from Manipur. They know. So they are only saying that so the cookie don't attack them. At least they can be silent, no? So that's it.
Okay, the only question today being asked by, each citizen of the state is why the Prime Minister of India is still silent. What do you want to say about it?
Still silent means...
doesn't have a single word. It's been more than 40 days.
Still silent means we don't know what he thinks, or is it because we think like he doesn't do anything? But he may not say anything, but why the Home Minister is here? Without his instruction, do you think the Home Minister came here? Or what is that? Chief of Army Defense Service also came. Right. Why he came here? For law and maintenance of law and order, he will not come. Some operation must be going on. How can they tell that to the public? So what do you know what they are doing? Without knowing, how can we blame? Only thing we can demand is you tell us whatever you are doing.
Okay.
Whatever military operation, whatever arrangement you made, you tell us. Either you say that or we put our faith in the government because it is elected by us and let them lead. We elected them to lead, so now time we let them lead. No.
Lastly, what is the solution to the crisis?
I think it is too early to talk about solutions. Solutions will come after a long time, no? But as you mentioned, the peace can be brought by, the immediate peace, not the solution. Immediate, because this instability people will not like, no? So maybe you have a temporary peace. That peace can be maintained. Number one, I have said security should be tightened. Second, those Meiteis who were driven out from Churachampur and Kangpokpi by the cookies in front of the security people, they have no confidence in the security. Now that confidence should be rebuilt, then with proper protection, they should be sent back to Churachampur. Because if the government don't send them back, we will say that they are only supporting the so-called cause of Kuki homeland. Thereby, they are pushing out all the indigenous people or other permanent residents of Manipur, like the Gorkhas, from the space of their oppression, and they are just pushing out. And those who cannot be pushed out, they created a riot and pushed out this time. So for them, the homeland has already been met. Because they didn't have anything, now they are having at least something, a district where they can control. Right? So, if the government don't let these people, Meitei people, go back there, then we will feel that they are supporting the Kuki cause.
So you mean Churachampur is not Manipur now? More is not Manipur?
Who said?
Is it completely controlled by the cookies?
No. What do you know? Do you know Churachampur is Kuki area? Cookies are dominated. How? You know that? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
This Churachampur was a land owned by Churanchan Maharaj. And during British expedition, which was supported by this king and all, no? During those days, this so-called Anglo-Kuki war, no? That expedition by the British and Meitei king, no? So they were just only used as Kuli or something. So these people, now they call it Anglo-Kuki war, no?
Okay.
During king's time, there was two things. Ching and lam. Okay, hill and land. Hill means those areas where which is little off and cannot be used as agricultural land. Lam means those areas which can be used as agricultural land. No? So these people were given land in the hill, in the Ching. They were settled there. And slowly they push out those people who were indigenous there and push out. They have been pushing and pushing since 80s. And this time, those who cannot shift to other areas because they cannot afford a new land, those people, somewhat in the poverty line, no? Those people who remain in Suranso were driven out this time so that they can control.
Okay.
So this kind of behavior is seriously dangerous to a place like Manipur because we are destined to live with so many groups. You cannot just kick out another, no, there will be fight. And Meitei had been observing the kind of behavior which is not suited for a place like Manipur, where there have been, extortion is happening, loot is happening everywhere, and they are kidnapping people and disturbing, beating up the drivers on the highway. So many nonsense they have been doing that we have been observing, no? And they are sheltering more and more people to have a control over the local population, because in a democratic setup, the majority rules.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. This is TMB News.